What up, peeps? It's Saber Talk Sunday with your host, Mundo. Mundo's in the house. Absolute Sabers, welcome. Yes, sir, I am. Sam, I am. I'm glad you stopped by, buddy. I'm glad you stopped by, my friend, because we're going to have a little bit of fun tonight, man. We're going to talk anything Sabers, but tonight I'm going to be working on the ballads. All right. So I had, this is all MHS parts from the Custom Saber shop. And the chassis that I have inside of here was provided to me by, Rich Sangillo. And Rich Sangillo is an amazing person, amazing guy. If you ever need any chassis from this dude, I tell you what, they're well worth it, man. And he makes some really killer um, crystal chambers too to go along with it. So tonight, yeah, we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna be working on this. I'm gonna be just starting things out right now. What I plan on working on tonight is basically sitting in. I already got the speaker in there, so um that I did a while back when I first got, the chassis for it, right? And let me see, I'm gonna take the chassis up here, so I probably need to um change the heads on here so that I can take the chassis out. And let's see, I need to find the right one. Sometimes, I've spent this weekend just trying to find some stuff. I bought an extra camera so that I could show exactly what I'm doing, right? But unfortunately, the connections to it that I had, I wasn't able to find. And I spent most of my weekend looking for it. But however, I'm not going to fret because I'll just order one. And hopefully by next week, I can get the camera up and running. So that way, y'all can see what I'm doing and still be able to see my face and talk to me and everything like that. And I'm going to do my best to try to acknowledge, everybody that's in the chat here. And so, Absolute Sabers, man, I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me tonight. It's such an honor to have new people come on here as well, right? NN, hello, my friend. How are you, sir? NN's been here with me since day one, and I really appreciate NN. NN, I'm still waiting for those pics, man. But that's all right, man. You've probably been busy, so you haven't had a whole lot of time, right? And also, guys, I might just let me see here. I might wire this in tonight. I don't know just yet. But the most important thing that I want to do tonight is get my buttons kind of situated in here. Well, at least the pad for the buttons. And I had one already made previously, right? I had one made previously, and the thing was that I can't find it anywhere. I'm not sure exactly what happened to it. Yeah, it was both my parents' birthdays this weekend. Work has been busy as oh, dude. Well, and then happy birthday to them, dude. Um, happy birthday to them. So you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open my beer up. I'm gonna put it in Yoda. And let me see here. Kids, don't try this at home. I'm a professional. I'm a professional drinker. Don't try this at home. For now, for all the family people, you know what's up, right? Gotta have Star Wars, and then you gotta have Yoda, right? Cheers, and then happy birthday to him, dude. Three, three cheers to NN's parents. Happy birthday! Hip hip hooray! All right, man. All right. So, in doing so, in losing my pad for the layout right here that goes for the buttons, right? I don't want to just put buttons right here. I want to do a layout, and I had constructed one, and like I said, I lost it. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, and guys, I'm gonna have y'all kind of go along with me in this journey, but I need some input on what y'all would like. So what I'm going to do, and I'm already kind of working on this one, but let's see here. I've got three different kinds, and let's go with, okay, this is gonna be A, all right, is gonna be A right here. Let me turn it around on the top so you can see it's got that bronze looking kind, right? And this will be B, and I've already started constructing it a little bit. It needs to sand it down and everything, right? And then we're gonna, and C is like this right here. So there we go. So C. Now the one that I actually had made was with C, but tell me guys, which one do you all like better? Okay, we're gonna go, and I think I did A, I probably did A, the bronze, B, the green, and then C, the yellow. Okay. Which one? I'm like I said, I went with C first. What do y'all think about me switching to either A or B? Or should I just stick with C? Because now I'm kind of thinking maybe I should stick with this one. But after seeing these, I'm all like, not to mention that I'm going to paint the chassis a copper, like a dirty copper color. So with hints of black, maybe some hints of silver, gold. I don't know yet, but I still have to basically sand this down, get it ready for paint, and then, but what I wanted to do was to go ahead and kind of seat in, get this situated in there, and then start doing some buttons, right? So that's going to be my goal tonight, is to kind of get one of these situated in here so that I can start my button process and my button wires, and then the distance between the buttons and everything else. So because the body is going to have a box one low profile, right? So the box one low profile is going to be on here as well. One of the things that I had tried to do is that when I did put some buttons on here to try it, it interfered with the chassis was so kind of tight in here that it actually interfered with putting on the body. So I needed to find some low profile buttons that will go in here and kind of do like a magnet situation with the buttons, where the buttons can be taken out when I'm ready to take the body out real easy, right? You're liking the green NN? All right. All right. You're liking the green. So the green here. So I got one for the green. All right. One for the green. Now, see, and I thought the copper one would be kind of cool because this will be kind of like, let me get, jeez. It's not letting me, it's not coming into focus. Let me see if I can, almost, right? There we go. There's a little bit better look of it right there. So I probably would have to take half of this down to get it in there, right? Just keep sanding at it until it gets there. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be my goal tonight. Is, like I said, to get one of these in here so that I can see where I need my buttons at, and then see if the buttons are going to interfere with. Let me see if I can do it this way. There we go. If I can get the buttons to get situated in there and not interfere with the chassis at all. So that's going to be my first thing to do before I really start sanding it down and start getting it ready to paint, so that I can make sure that once I get and because it goes in here and it's a static chassis, right? Once I get it situated in here, I mean it's not going to move. It's just going to come out of the body. So I want to make sure that my buttons are not going to interfere with the body when I take it off. So when I take the body off, I can pull the buttons out and show everybody in here everything, where I can just kind of tactfully, because they'll have little magnets, and I already have the magnets. um, and I'm just kind of deciding what I'm going to use to glue the magnets on, and maybe some kind of spring system on there. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm got all kinds of ideas going on right now. And it says the copper would look good as well if you're painting the chassis copper. Yeah, the chassis is going to be a copper color on the outside. So you remember in on Roy Boy, I had the copper on the inside. Well, and Jim had a great idea, which was everything that was on the outside, uh, go on the inside, and on the inside, outside, and do the opposite colors of this one as opposed to Roy Boy. So I think he had a great idea. So instead of copper being on the inside here, now it's going to be all on the outside of here. And I think that's a great idea. So now I need to, once I get like I said, the button situation situated in here, um, mostly the seat for the button seat is the most important thing that happen right now. And then once I do that, then I can really start to get to sanding this right here and get it ready for paint, right? So that's what I want to do. And since I've got the kill key right here. Of course, nothing's wired right now. Everything is just, retrofitted right here. And to make things easier, because I have a bad CFX, because this is fitted for CFX, I'll be able to find all of my wires where they go, where they're not going to go, and everything else on top of that, simply because I have that broken CFX, and I can see how long I need for my batteries, for my other wires, and everything else that can go in here. And of course, on this side will be the crystal chamber on this side. So once I wire everything up here, that's going to be where the crystal chamber is going to be at. And so once it's complete, everybody will see everything, and I won't need to move any of this stuff. Hopefully, I won't need to move the batteries. I mean, the board. So I may need to invest in maybe one of those 90-degree angle plugins and be able to do that. But also the battery compartment right here, so I can easily take out the battery. What I'm thinking is that uh, if if everything goes right, once I wire everything in, everything's situated the way it should be. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna put this just because it's pressure fitted. Well, actually, if you look, I might not need to. Hold on. Let me test this out. So actually, I want to. Yeah. Okay. So see that I'm not gonna have to worry about, man, any kind of plugins right here. I'll be able to just take out the SD card, put it into the computer, and go for it that way. And then take out my battery, charge up the battery, put it right back in. So yeah, JT's popping in. You streaming too with Buds? Awesome, dude. Awesome. Welcome, Jim. Glad you guys are here, man. I'm glad you guys are here. So yeah, man. So now that I've got a little plan of action going right here for this, that's going to be amazing right there. So let's get to kind of working on this sucker. So let me grab some sandpaper, and I may have to. And then since you like this one, man, I think we should go with this one since most of this is already done. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sand it down. So guys, if it sounds too loud, let me know. But uh, I'm gonna start off with about um, I would say about 150 grit sandpaper right now, just simply so I can get a lot of this done really quickly, hopefully. um, let's see here. So if I'm moving too much in the video, let me know. I'll try to do a smaller strokes on here while I'm sanding it down. Is the sanding a little too loud, guys? Let me know because I really can't hear the sanding a whole lot with the earbuds in my ear. But if it gets too loud, let me know, and I'll kind of try to slow it down a little bit where it's not so noisy on here for you guys, right? But I'm gonna be talking, so hopefully it'll kind of overshadow some of that um, sanding down. And then, you know what? As a matter of fact, I need to. Let's see if I can. Oh, let's see here. If I can get. So it's about. Oops. See, that sucker's going all over the place too, man. All right, so let me see about the length that I need out of here. I need probably about. Okay, so right about here. And I'm gonna cut it a little bit longer just in case. And then I can sand it down, right? I can sand it down to the length I need. And it should be, yeah, let's go about right there. All right. And let me cut and sand this part right here, the back of it, where I cut. See if I can make it a little smoother so that way I can see if it fits in there. And I mean, it's not going to be perfect, right? Yeah, Jim. You had such a great idea, man. I definitely appreciate that, and I'm definitely gonna go with your idea, dude. For sure, man, for sure. And so NN thought, okay, so NN thought the green would look really good inside there, and then of course I had the copper, right? The copper look right here, and or the yellow. Now I had one already made out of this one before. But this one, for the life of me, I can't find out what happened to it, right? So I have to construct a new one to fit in there, and then try to find. I know where my buttons are, but the buttons may be a little too big. So I did manage, like I said, and let me pull this out because, like I've been taking apart some all kinds of electronic stuff. So I found this little doodad. I forgot what I pulled it out of, but man, you see the little buttons right here? I pulled these out and I'm gonna put those onto this right here. I know these might be a little wide, but but they're not going to interfere when I put this into the body. So like I said, I'm gonna figure out a long stem that's going to go from the box one and see if I can have it kind of like a little spring action that'll go all the way down and connect and see how that's going to work out, right? And then when I have the body and I'm ready to take the body off, I can just pull the pins a little bit, pop the body off, take the body off, and then be able to just put the little buttons on here and just turn it on while I have the body off. So, eh, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna work out. I'm not sure exactly if everything's gonna work out the way I think it will, but I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna try it. Like Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. So that is the plan of action for right now. And let's continue with this sanding right here so we can get to fitting this in there. And let's see. Now I've got, let's see. I hope you guys have had a great weekend so far, man. Mine's been pretty chilled out. I've not done a whole lot. I've done some, but not a whole lot. I wanted to work on the Saber a lot more this weekend, but I just, with everything that was going on this past week, it just wore me the heck out. And I'm like, oh, I just need to chill out and not worry about too much stuff, right? And then tonight's show, I was like, let's hang out, let's work on the balance, and we're gonna have a good time. And I also got a hold of Hyperdrive, right? And he's considering on coming onto the show. He's gonna let me know if he gets some time, and hopefully, I pray that he will. And if he does get some time, what I'm going to have to do is one Sunday is I'm going to do the show a bit earlier when it's a little bit more convenient for him, right? And I think we're going to have a great time because if you guys haven't seen Hyperdrive, he has some really great content, and I really do enjoy watching his show on YouTube, right? And I did get a hold of Obadiah Kenobi, and Obadiah Kenobi, um, he stated that it was a little late for him as well, but he doesn't know that I moved the show on Sunday because I told him he knows that I have it on Monday, right? And so I need to get a hold of him, back a hold of him, and see if he'd be willing to do it early on a Sunday. So what I may do is on a couple of Sundays do some shows early, and I mean really early, depending on these guys. Um, Depending on these guys if they have time for it, and accommodate their time slot so that I can get them on the show. And I think that'd be a lot of fun to have these guys on here and talk Sabers and talk, future shows of what they're going to be doing and so forth. Um, I think that'd be awesome, man. I think we'd have an excellent time doing that. So, uh, what do you guys think? Are you guys looking forward to having some new guests on here and maybe asking a few questions while they're on here and seeing? I don't know if you guys ever watch any of their shows and all of that good stuff. Let's see. All right, not bad. Needs a little bit more, but I think we're on the right track. Yeah, it fell out a little bit, but let me see how much exactly I need. I mean, I need to probably take about another couple of centimeters out. Oh, about another. Okay, so I'd say about another inch. Damn. All right, so we're gonna have to cut it one more time. Definitely need the epic Carly King on the show. Yeah, Jim, I tried. I haven't been successful yet, but you know what? I'm not giving up. I'm Hey, if I can get Cal on the show, man, I definitely can probably get Carly, dude. So I'm kind of stubborn, man. I'm kind of stubborn. So I think I can try to get her. I just need to get a hold of the right communication stuff that the right communications things, and email her if I can get a hold of her email and go with that and see how that's going to work out, and definitely, um let's see. Oh, we're almost there, almost there, almost there. Okay, just a tiny bit more. I may not need to sand it anymore, even though I should, but if I sand it anymore, it may not fit right. So I want to make sure that that I make it fit right, and I don't want to make it too short. Oh my goodness, let's see. With every time that I kind of snip the bottom of it, it kind of kills me because it might be a little too much of that snip, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna kill me." What? No way, dude! Looky there. Check that out. What do you guys think? Look at that. Yeah. I don't need to sand anymore, and it looks pretty. What do you guys think? It look pretty decent in there. Oop, 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 and it's gonna come out. Well, of course it's gonna be glued down, right? It'll be glued down once I get it in there, because I think I sanded a little too much for it to just be pressure fitted in there. But I don't want it pressure fit anyway, because I don't want to have any problems with the wires until I do get the buttons situated on there. So let me see now. Now comes the fun part. Okay, so no more sanding. Sanding is done, and that is in there. All right. Now here comes the fun part, and the fun part is to get these buttons and see how far apart I need to make them. And then, ooh, excuse me, guys, the beer's starting to get me going here. Um, with the burps, sorry. Um, so now I need to see how far I want my buttons to kind of go apart, and the buttons have to go apart in here. How far I want them. That, but I also need to find my low profile box one, so I kind of get an idea of how far I want the buttons to go. And you guys think that I should do the same clamp card as the buttons down in there? I'm not sure. So I'm also thinking of a clamp card like this, right? So the clamp card and the buttons will kind of coincide with each other, right? Yeah, I'm glad you think so, and then I'm glad you think so, man. So we're going with that, dude. And I think it'll go nice. I think it'll be a nice contrast to the copper color. I really do. I think once I get that copper color, right? Let's get this kind of in perspective here. So you see that kind of copper color right there. So if it's going to be a dirty copper on here on the chassis, I think it's going to be a very nice complement. I mean, you're not going to see this too much because of the buttons, but at the same time, if you get to see a little bit of it, that's not going to be a bad deal because, and then of course you're going to see the OLED screen right here as well, right? So the OLED screen, oh, thanks, Jim. That's her email? Yeah, dude. If that's her email, yeah, definitely. I'll email her and see if I can get her on here because she's all about the same stuff as I am, right? Being positive in the Saber community and having a lot of fun and everything else on top of that. So, and look, I got some old school stuff for old school, you know, uh crystal chambers, right? And I think I'm gonna have some fun making some old school crystal chambers that are just outside of a build and stuff like that. So we'll see about that. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. So all right. So now that we got that taken care of, we now that we got that done, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear some of these parts of the disk that we got there. So I'll get my all bits together and the stuff that I'm not using right here, I'm gonna put in my drawer and then I'm gonna wipe down my area. So it's remember, it's very important that you guys, when you're working on your stuff. I mean, very important. If you've got dust or anything dirty, you want to make sure that you clean all of that because you don't want any of those particles getting into your build. Right now, everything is just not wired up, and I can, take care of anything like that. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see if she has time. I mean, and she doesn't have to be on here very long if she doesn't want to, like I told Hyperdrive too, that the show is only an hour, and but I want to accommodate his time. If he chooses to come onto the show, I want to be able to accommodate the time for him. And I know you guys look forward to seeing me at 8 o'clock, and I love doing it at 8 o'clock. But man, if I can get these gentlemen and ladies on here, I'm going to accommodate their time. And on a Sunday, if I have to do it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll do it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, I'm not gonna fret it because I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. They come on, man. I'm gonna be super stoked and super happy, right? So, and it really does mean a lot to Anthony. It means a lot to me, and and I hope it means a lot to you guys that come out here and hang out with me. And even though you may not be able to come on and just say hi, what's up at that time for whatever reason, I'm gonna and then you've heard me about my email, so send me an email, dude, and that way, whenever if I ever do a show early, I can email you and let you know exactly what time I'm doing it, so that way you won't miss out. And if you're working or something, you can let me know you're working, because I don't want you to miss a show if I actually get Carly King out, Hyperdrive, and even the eccentric artist. I'm talked to him, and he didn't say anything about coming on to the show, but I'm hoping that maybe he will. So we'll see if maybe one day he'll come on, right? I've talked to him, and there's a lot of other guests that I'm thinking of bringing on, and I don't want to say yes that they're coming on, and then it actually doesn't happen. So what I want to do is eventually, if I get a guest on, okay, if I do get a guest on and they're willing to come on Sunday, I'll put it on my Facebook. I'll put it on um I'll put it on my Instagram so that you guys are aware that there will be a guest on Sunday, right? And if something happens, well, then I can and reiterate and correct that. If something happens and they can't come on, but yeah, I'm really hoping that that will work out just like that. So let me get. I'm gonna. I hope I have. And and more than likely. Oh, yep, it's empty. Yeah, nabbit. Okay, so my cleaning wipes are empty, and I have to get some new cleaning wipes. But I don't fear. I never fear. I have lens wipes. Same thing. At least it'll get the dust off right here. Uh, you know, kind of like MacGyver. Yeah, you try to find something that works. Not everything works though. Not everything works, and I'm trying to. There's a trying to see about. Has anybody seen those deals? Because JT had asked me about doing a 1999 uh, rifle. I think it's an E5 rifle, and I'm kind of looking into that. and seeing how some of these people were making it with the soundboards, and how it has the LEDs, the strip LEDs in the barrel, and then they actually have an actual laser. And there's one guy that I saw that built the laser, that ordered the laser, but you have to have, your special glasses with that thing, and that thing's kind of dangerous. And then some of the other stuff that I've seen was kind of edited in a way that I don't know, but but there is a way to do things, and I'm gonna see if I can find one and kind of work on one for myself. Um, right now, money's a little tight, but I have to kind of take it slow and see if I can find one and do one myself before I can actually work on the one that JT's looking at, because I don't want to mess his up. If this would be a very first for me on working a blaster. And from what I see in those videos, the 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 barrel has LEDs, kind of like a mini blade, right? So I do happen to have a strip right here that could be long enough for the barrel, but I've got to order more LEDs anyway so that I can make a new blade, redo my blade. And let me see here. Okay, so if that it once I start, I'm opening the blade up right here because I only have one. The strip on here is not working properly. So if the strip is not working properly here, not every single one of these LEDs is going to be bad, right? Where are my flatheads? And my flatheads are all in there. So let me see if I can. Oh, I don't want to have to go look for all my flatheads. Oh, here we go. I think I have one right here. Very small one. Okay, so, and the thing is that I just put a brand new PCB on here too. And I think because it didn't work right, right? And that's because I redid the blade, I redid the PCB, right? I put a new PCB on here. I cut out the bad, or so I thought, the bad LEDs, and did the next one down. So I thought. So I'm thinking that there's more bad LEDs down in here. And what I might have to do is just kind of take this apart, right? And figure out what I may end up doing is actually using this. If I find a blaster, is to try to cut and use these blades, LEDs right here, to see if I'm sure they still kind of work somehow. Because they did kind of light up, but they didn't light up all the way and everything else. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, if I can get a hold of one of those blasters that, you know, for a couple of bucks, hopefully not more than 10 or 15, because the thing about it is, like I said, money's real tight, and I'm not willing to screw somebody else's thing up just because, you know, I don't want to screw anybody else's things up. If I get one, I screw it up. I know where my capabilities are in doing it, and that way I don't have to mess anybody else's things up. Like I said, because this would be a first for me, and a first for me is epic. So um, I haven't, like I said, I've only done a couple of sabers. This would be my third under my belt. Well, third or fourth under my belt. So um, it would be, and also, uh, JT, I mean, it would be an absolute honor if I could get that done, dude. Because doing a first thing like that, who knows what I'm capable of doing? You don't know until you attempt it. So if I can find one of those and at least attempt some things on it, get to part of it, we'll see what happens. But I've got to get parts and I've got to get the blaster and I've got to get, different things. And if I don't have everything with me, then it'll be a hard thing to build for sure if I don't have all the components to it. So, like I said, I want to make sure that I get all the components and do everything first and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then I know where my capabilities are and what I need to learn, what I don't need to fix, and everything like that. So it'll be a good experience, though. Definitely a good experience, and it would definitely shoot my knowledge in learning to do more stuff as well, right? Let's see, and it says I actually learned how to spin my saber from her videos. Yeah, she can do some wicked spins, man. She can do some wicked spins, dude. And like I said, and I love the fact that uh she did a video with Anthony's blades, and she really liked Anthony's blades. So I think that would be an awesome show for her to be on here and have it, and I hope she watches us. So Carly, if you're watching, I sure would appreciate you emailing me back if you can at the end of the show. I usually put my email on here and see if you'd like to come on. That would be a real honor, as to have you on here if you watch these videos. But I know she's pretty busy and stuff like that. So uh hopefully she'll have a little bit of time. It'll be an honor to have her on here as well. And have you guys been watching Reese as well? Because Reese has been doing pretty awesome. What I hear from Anthony, you know, he's really coming into his own. He's working it. I'm enjoying watching Reese. He's getting better. He's kind of like me, starting out with the. He started out with the videos, and I think in time his videos are just going to skyrocket to better, 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 better. And I pray, and I foresee him doing a lot of great things for Civilized Sabers, in terms of his videos. And I know Anthony's there taping him and everything and giving him direction. And you couldn't ask for a better team like that, because having somebody who's just fresh and like a sponge and taking direction well and everything. I tell you, he's going to be a very big asset to Civilized Sabers. And so that's going to be amazing to see him get into it, and in future videos too as well. So let's give it up for Reese, because Reese, hip hip hooray for Reese. He's going to do some great things for Anthony. I know he is, man. I really know he is. All right. So, shoot, excuse me, guys. I'm trying not to sneeze here. Ooh. All right. Now I got my stuff a little bit cleaned here. We got the. Uh, oh dear. Okay. Now I need to find those buttons. Find the buttons. All right. So let's see here. Got to go in my drawer. Now, how many of you guys have a drawer, kind of like? I mean, I've got a workbench that has two drawers, right? I saw his lesbian, and he did great. Yeah, he did, man, and he did great. No, I've got a drawer that's got all kinds of these little trays like this. So, man, it kind of sucks sometimes, because when you got three or four little trays, and then you don't know which one you put your stuff in, or you kind of remember, and then you move things around and you forget where you move things, right? So, jeez. All right, so it's not in this one. And Now I've gotten buttons from all kinds of different places as well. Like I said, I get all of these different little electronic pieces and just like some of these buttons, like yeah, see like the camera right there. I might be able to take that camera off and maybe utilize it for something later down the road. Might be like a little spy camera or something I can wire up. Right? You can do those YouTube videos that show you how to do that stuff, and it would just be like awesome. You can say awesome sauce. See, and now that I got all these different little bits like this, LEDs just like that, ready to go. Let me see. And I've got different buttons, and to show you guys, see. Now, if I was to put buttons like this, that would be way too big on there. I mean, it looked kind of cool, but it definitely would interfere. It definitely would interfere with the chassis getting put in. So, it's not viable for that stuff. And see, this one, come on. This one is the way to go, but it's not flat. And it's got too much pull, length right here, and that interferes with the chassis being put in right as well. So when you're doing stuff like this, make sure that you order appropriately or you salvage appropriate buttons, because when you don't do that, it makes it a pain in the ass to really to do a good job on your wiring buttons, and also just your build in general, right? You want to make sure that you do a good job in your building and stuff, even if it's just for yourself. Um, make sure you do a good job for yourself. You don't want to cut yourself short. May not be for others, but don't cut yourself short on your build either, right? I find that even though I'm building for myself, I'm building these builds as if I'm making these builds for somebody else. And the reasoning behind it, because if I decide to sell some hilts and everything later down, like I said, I'm building my portfolio. But if when I'm ready and I start selling these hilts, I want to make sure that I'm building these hills not only for myself, but as for somebody else who would buy them. And the quality should be just as equal for them as it is for me, right? If I put quality into my saber, then every saber that I do for somebody else will have the same quality. I will not cut anybody short of a good quality saber. Um, so you want it's one thing if you're doing things for yourself, but if you're doing things for yourself again, do it like you're doing it for somebody else, because then not only do you have a greater sense of appreciation for it, but you have a greater sense of self-worth, you have a greater sense of accomplishment and everything else. Because what some of the trend that I've been seeing lately is people are falling on hard times. I mean, myself included, but still, they're having to sell their sabers, right? And some of the sabers that they have are great quality sabers. And but if they buy some sabers that are not good quality, then people are not going to really buy them, right? So take that into account as well when you're looking for some sabers. Is the quality there? Is it a trusted source? Is it, viable to get these things the way they are for the price? And of course, I have to kind of talk about, these Chinese sabers that are coming in really super cheap. And, I love the Chinese people, I do. And however, the market for flooding the market with things takes away from the people who actually do really, a hard work and do quality stuff, and then you got something that's just coming in. It's super cheap, super affordable, but they may not last long. You want something that's going to last for a long time, not just break on you, right? But to each their own. And I'm not dogging anything. Don't take this as me dogging anything at all, because I'm not here to do that. It's your choice, it's your money, and you do with what you want. And if that makes you happy, that makes you happy. If it makes you sad, makes you sad. I mean, we can't do anything but put the word out there and say it's your choice, right? And especially if you do Sabers for yourself. I mean, you want quality parts too. You don't want to just go and buy some shit parts either, right? I mean, because then you're gonna spend your money, and within a month or two, it's gonna go out. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know that saying, you get what you pay for, right? Yeah, it holds true. It really holds true. All right, so let me see. Where did I put those? Man, what did I do with those? See, I'm always losing shit. So keep yourself organized, man, because I am the worst person in the world at keeping things organized. I couldn't even keep myself organized to save my life. And I thought I knew where I put them, but let me see. I know they're on my desk or in my desk somewhere. Let's see. Let's see. And if I don't get the buttons right away, and you know what? If I don't find them right away, you know what's going to happen, right, guys? I'm going to find them as soon as the show's over. My dumbass. And I got to make fun of myself, right? I got to make fun of myself, because if I don't make fun of myself, I can't make fun of others either. So take future notes, people. So for the newbies that are coming on, make sure you make fun of yourself before you make fun of others, because then at least you're fair, right? Have a good time though, too, man. Right? You need to have a good time. Oh, here we go. Well, these are not the buttons, but I did find my. Okay, so for the battery, right? Found some stuff for the battery. So should I go with that, or and oh, here's an interesting thing. I found this thing for a crate dragon build later on down the road. What do you think of that, sucker, huh? Not too shabby, right? That'd be an interesting build, right? So here's what I'm kind of thinking, man, and I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but you get hmm, let's see here. Oops, did I? Okay, hold on. Now I've also got a black one, right? That might be an interesting one there too as well. But let's see here. So one of the things I was kind of contemplating on here is I don't know if it'd be good to have something kind of like hmm, let me see if I can balance it. Look at that. Okay. Well, it ain't gonna stick on there too much, but let's see. Let's try it again. One more time. My hands are so super shaky right now. Okay. There we go. Yep, and it fell off. I know I'd have to probably turn it this way, but more light will come out this way. Maybe I'll open that up and it's turning. Anyway, it's an idea, right? And if you guys have ideas, do any of you guys have idea books? I've got an idea book, and I write my ideas sometimes, because if I don't write my ideas down, ugh, it sucks because I lose it. I lose the idea and I never get it back. So Let's see here. Let's see if these are gonna fit in here. And I'm probably gonna cut the spring down here. If I use this one to go with it, I'm probably gonna cut the spring maybe about a third of the way, and then that little lip right here, cut that down. So let's see here. Yeah. So see how that kind of looks right there. Of course, it's up high because I need to cut that thing, and on this one here too. So um, let's see here. Now the positive one seems to go in pretty good because it's going to interfere with part of the button stuff, right? So I know I don't have it in there, exactly, but I mean let's see. Let me put it correctly a little bit more. But okay, so you can see that's gonna be, see how that little lip that hangs down is gonna interfere with that. So I'm gonna have to cut that down. And then it'll sit in there right. It won't interfere with the button stuff. And then this, I can probably cut it probably about the third ring right there, and I should be good with that. Um, I should be good with that if I choose to use that. Now I have a second set of battery tabs that are a little bit better than that, and I just need to find those, right? So that would work right there. And then go ahead and start measuring out for wires. They're going to go from the pins here all the way back to the board and stuff. I'll figure the running wires on that and see if I can get them as tight as I can so that they won't interfere with anything. Well, of course the battery's going to hold down the wires a little bit, but I want to make sure that the slack is going to be kind of good. What I may end up doing though, if I decide to do it, is to maybe wire the board first and then just run the wires on everything else, right? And the OLED screen that I have, I believe it's the blue. I believe it's the blue screen that I have. It might be the white because it's been so long since I've had it. Um, but and I don't think. Let me see. Let me get this thing. See if I've got stuff in here. I got stuff all over the place, and it's crazy. Like I said, I'm the most disorganized guy that you know. Let's see here. New, new, double new. Hmm. Well, not in there. All right. And let me go. All right. So we're going to, and guys, I apologize for getting out of the light, out of the picture here for just a second. Well, I'm still in picture, but I'm not directly into the camera. I'm trying to get. Let me see. Let's see what's in this thing. If I got enough. Nope. Right there. And, ooh, I got some drill parts in here that will. Ooh, I just found some drill bits, both that tap and drill at the same time. That's interesting. Been a while since I've seen those. Just hold on. Kids are saying that dinner's ready, so I'm not ready to go to dinner just yet. All right, so that one's done. Let's see. Let's look into this other. And I've got a mess. Oh, okay. Crystal chamber. This is the crystal chamber that goes with the balance. And I said, Rich Sanjilo, amazing job, right? Amazing job. So this will go on to this side right here. And I'm just gonna kind of slightly put it in, right? But it'll be situated in there right there like that. So and then yes sir, 10 a.m. Damn. Wow. All right, have a good one, NN. It's 10 in the morning there, huh? Wow. See here, it's only gonna be like 9 o'clock at night, or maybe even 8 o'clock. No, it is 9 o'clock at night. So, and it's 10 a.m. over there. Wow. All right, NN, have a good one, man. Good to see you. And who else? Let's see. Never. Okay, cool. And I know Charlie's probably working out hard right now. And did I put any of those buttons over here? Nope. All right. So, again, where was I? Oh, yeah, the crystal chamber. Right? Don't you think guys think that the crystal chamber looks pretty freaking rad, dude? I mean, the whole chassis looks rad. I can't wait to. And I think that and Jim, I'm pretty sure that the copper color is just gonna bring this out even more. So, that's just gonna be freaking amazing, man. Freaking amazing. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And Charlie's probably working hard right now. He's probably got a good workout going. Maybe he got to sleep a little bit early, get a little bit busy. Since he's having a good flight, he's probably listen. He'll probably listen to this a little bit later. Since he's just freaking awesome, man. He's got that Star Citizen game going down, and I've been watching some of his plays and stuff, and it's so cool, man. That game's kind of cool. The last one I saw, he was drifting. I told him, and it was funny because I told him, "Hey, you're drifting, huh?" I told him, "You better call Calgon quick. Tell him you don't need him anymore. No more Calgon. Take me away." I think it's hilarious. I got no response. Then again, he was probably too busy playing. I'm sure he'll put laugh out loud later on in it once he sees my comments. All right, let's check these. Let's check these others out. Like I said, I've got tons of these things, and I got parts. And let's see here. Ooh, damn! I didn't realize I even got a smaller clear crystal, a clear marble like that for a crate build. Damn! So I got three. I got three marbles for three crate builds if I can do it down the line later down the road. What? Surprise, surprise, right? All right. So let's see here. Let's see. I got some springs, man. Maybe something like this. But what I'm afraid of is that the spring will interfere with the metal and kind of short things out. So I'm kind of leery about that. I'm not sure if that'll work, but we'll find out, right? We'll find out. We got to test things out and see how things are going to work out and all that good stuff. And yeah, let me see. Don't you just hate it when you got some part stuff that just doesn't really work with anything? Gee, you think at the time that you get them that they're going to be useful at the time, and at the time it's like, yeah, dude, that's gonna be cool. And then you find out later on when you look at all the stuff and you see it, it's like, oh, yeah, I don't know about that. That may not work right like I thought it would. And yep, springs and rods and oh my. Well, four stuff, four boxes, no parts worthy except for future build stuff. And that's just basically a crate dragon. Uh, my. Once bitten, twice shy. Eee. Okay. Well, I found some interesting stuff here for crystal chamber stuff, but that's still not going to really work, is it? Hmm. Maybe to be continued, guys. Wow. An hour went by already. So, okay, like I said, it probably will be where I find those damn buttons after the show. And the most important part was to get this thing done, sanded, and fitted in there. And we accomplished that tonight. So we had a goal. We accomplished it, even though it didn't take too long. Now I just got to find those buttons and do those buttons and see how far I need to go, if I can get them on there and all that good stuff. And that will be during the week sometime, hopefully. Um, I will be able to find those buttons and get those in. So next Sunday, hopefully, I will see about having those buttons on here, getting them pulled together, and then running wire to the buttons and see how it's going to come out when I actually put this into the chassis and into the body. And from that point, then I will get ready to start to sand the chassis and get it ready for painting. So that will be the next show, is to get uh buttons situated on here. Charlie, how you doing, man? So the next show will be getting buttons situated on here, wires long enough to get to the board, and then getting prepped for sanding the chassis, and then you know that'll probably be two shows, maybe right there, right? And then I will dedicate a show to getting these painted up. So I will be painting this up while we are talking. And of course, anything goes on Saber Talk, right? Like I said, we can really go and get it tuned in and get it shiny. I will look for the paint this week so that I can get the paint ready. I will also look for my painting little palettes so that I have that ready to go. And that way I can be have that at least ready and close by. I won't have to search for the long lost paint, the long lost buttons, the long lost anything next show. But don't count on it because Mundo is disorganized, and he will get it done. He will get it done. So Charlie, Jim, and all you guys that have come and hung out with me tonight. JT, thank you for stopping by, dude. Absolute Sabers, I am so honored you stopped by, dude. Charlie, gratitude, man. A lot of gratitude for you guys. Love you guys all. Make sure for you newbies that come in to the channel, thank you for hanging out, watching me. Cinzy, he's here. Look at him. Love you, dude. Yeah. You know, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you actually love hanging out, listening, and get some of this content in here. You got some questions, man. Let's have them. Let's have a discussion. You want to talk Sabers? Let's talk Sabers, dude. Let's have a good time talking Sabers. I mean, it doesn't have to be about my build. I mean, it can be a build of what you were working on. Oh, yeah, I know you're lurking, dude. That's why I mentioned you. Yeah, but you're having a good flying session too, man. I mean, what? um, did you call Calgon, dude? Did you tell him you didn't need him anymore since you were drifting? Yeah. That was badass, dude. I like that. It was cool, dude. It was cool. But yeah, dude. So like I said, for all you new people that come and that you watch the channel, make sure you like and subscribe to Civilized Sabers as well as myself. I'm here like on most Sundays, right at 8 o'clock. But if I'm able to get some guests, then I will do a show to accommodate their time. And I'll let everybody know on my Instagram and my Facebook at the time that I'm going to do the show. So that way you guys can tune in if possible. Now, if you're working and everything like that, I do understand that. And I'll try to accommodate everybody if I can. But if you can't, don't worry about it. You can watch it later, on the rerun, or you can watch it on the Mundo channel, um, at Mundo Cabrera 7007, right? And again, like and subscribe. If you want to just hit the like and you don't want to subscribe, hey, it's cool. But Anthony's trying to monetize the channel, and it would be greatly appreciated. And come and still hang out with me on Sunday. Watch Anthony and Reese as they provide you with content for the brightest blades on the planet. Oh, you got the quad star, dual star, tri-star. Oh my God, the pentastar. I tell you what, you can use these blades for flashlights, guys. So like and subscribe. Make sure Gabe too. Watch Gabe as he tests each and every blade, and Reese come out and describe what's going on with the blades and the state of the shop. All of that good stuff. All of that great content, guys. Come out, hang out. Let's talk Sabers on Saber Talk Sunday. So from that point on, Mundo is going to ban out. He's going to brand out. And I love you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I go, if you guys decide you want to email me, it's E_Cabrera, CABRERAIII at yahoo.com. Okay. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram as well. And like I said, thank you guys. Mundo gonna tap out. Love you.
Yeah, we pour whiskey.